All right, y'all, welcome back. So on this one, we got a fella talking about how OnlyFans has affected people and his opinion on it. Check this out.
Hey, as a human, like if you're a male or female, once you start that OnlyFans, your ass bottom tier human. Your ass no longer a human. Your ass is a walking dildo, a walking vagina. How the way the internet, like, bro, y'all can't even post regular. Like, y'all post on TikTok regular video doing a vlog. Y'all cut like the comments, that be crazy. Like, dude, like I be actually starting to feel bad for y'all. Like, I don't know. Why do y'all do that to yourselves, bro? Lord have mercy.
All right, so he was extremely bothered by that, all right? But all right, I like that he has a point though. Before I move on to this next clip that's very important that I want to show y'all, I want to say this really quick. The main thing that he said that stood out to me was when he said y'all can't even post nothing else regular, because as soon as we see you as a sexual object, the people who are worth having are gonna look at you as someone who is a high risk. So they will just pass on you. You know what I'm saying? However, if y'all can't do anything else, then that means that you're being shoved into that category as a person. Meaning, I've seen a lot of people try to promote music. They try to like use OnlyFans as a way of getting seen, and then they really want to promote their music or their business or something, and it doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? This video that I'm doing right now is to like put out here in the front for people to realize that this is a life decision. When you make this decision, it needs to be set for life. You need to have expectations based on whatever route you go. This is a crossroads decision. This isn't oh, I'm gonna be able to, you know, get on here, sell myself on OnlyFans sexually, and then, you know, people will start to want to get to know me about my music, or they'll be inquisitive about this and that, and that's not how it goes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people were trying that when OnlyFans first came out, and they learned the hard way. They're all learning now that they're gonna have to quit doing that, and then they're gonna have to, you know, try to set up a different image for themselves in any way possible. It's gonna be hard, but you know, that's what they learned that they had to do, because they learned that this shit is not gonna get them where they want. Okay, and honestly, y'all, another thing that y'all are like letting go over y'all's head, all of the OnlyFans boys and stuff, y'all not realizing that the only reason why a lot of people got to this, you know, where it became so mainstream for people to start doing OnlyFans and making it normal, was because not only just what happened in 2020, but for the last like 10 years is when, you know, a nice solid 10 years now, it's been normalized to be on hoe shit. As opposed to before that, you would get shamed to the end behind doing stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? But because we have evolved and we continue to evolve, we got to a point where people weren't being judged, people weren't being shamed, and people was just doing whatever. And all the hoes came out, you know what I'm saying, and start showing their true colors, thought that they was okay. But what happens is, what people don't realize is, as we evolve, and this is some real wisdom for y'all, as we evolve, we also sometimes learn the hard way that this is not what it is. I think that a lot of people was okay with it because it was so rare at first. You know, it was rare to hear about people being honest and open about wild, crazy stuff and being sexual and having their body parts and private parts all over the place. It was, you know, rare. So we naturally, as people, we gravitate towards rarity all the time. It was always, you know, we was all used to the whole stern mindset of you had to be this way, that way, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. So it seemed like a rebellious, you know, positive thing, you know, to actually just break the change of other people's opinions and judgment. But what it was is, it was really just people owning shameful stuff. It wasn't really like what I'm doing. This isn't something shameful that I'm owning. This is how we should be treated. This is how we should be. I'm bringing this to the light because we've been misled. When it comes to the whole culture thing, it's more like you have taken degeneracy and made it look better just because people are no longer really frowning upon it. It doesn't mean that it's something positive still. So that's what my point is. And also, as time went on, we started seeing it so much. Once we start to see something so much, it devalues the value of it. That's why I say it's important not to be a follower or for people to be. It sucks when people start hopping on bandwagons because it's as soon as people start getting mainstream about something, gravitating towards something together in a masses way, it will start to suck. Everything sucks as soon as everybody gravitates towards it because they fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? It's only okay when a few people doing it here and there. Those few people be benefiting, but as soon as everybody hops on that bandwagon, it now is spread thin, and now y'all done all show y'all body parts, and y'all got y'all's ass and booty hoes all out here, and nobody cares because we see that all the time. So you're not getting no money no more, like you would have gotten it if you were to be one of the first people to do it. That's why it's important not to be a follower. You know what I'm saying? No copy is ever going to be better than the originals. That's just how the law works. All right, so here's another clip that I want to show y'all real quick. On another YouTuber that I actually like, Play, he did a video saying that he was delusional, saying that he was delusional about this exact topic that we're talking about. He's going through the battles of trying to be treated the way he feels he deserves, although he is an OnlyFans content creator. So check this out. And the link to his original video is in the description box. Definitely, support your boy as well. Let's hear what he got to say.
YouTube, y'all see the title of the video, so I'm finna be telling y'all why I'm delusional when it comes to dating. I'm gonna just be real. If y'all don't know, I'm a content creator on X, aka Twitter. We grew an account and a backup account together, over 100K followers. I'm gonna just be real with y'all on how I'm delusional. I don't know why. I'm gonna tell y'all, and I already know what I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all gonna be like, he delusional. I'm a bisexual male on the internet with my cakes out, with my Johnson out, knocking down the same sex, and still in my mind, down the line, or even right now, I still feel like I deserve who I want, when I want, how I want it, and I shouldn't have to hear nothing. Also, I'm delusional because somehow in my mind, I don't want to grasp the fact that women can be 3 or 4s. Or I want to say, for everybody. Like, it's hard for me to grasp the fact that there's some women out here that don't mind being for multiple men. Me personally, I don't want that. I'll even say, I'll break it down even more on how I say I'm delusional. Y'all know I'm a content creator. I just told y'all 90K on my main profile, 20K on my backup.
All right, first thing I want to say real quick, I definitely can relate to that part. I think a lot of men can relate to that part, that last part he just said, as far as he's not okay with the thought of women being, for multiple men, as men are usually for multiple women. Or we should say also in this case, tops versus bottoms. You know what I'm saying? I have carried this same mindset over to the gay community. Y'all don't be having it, but I know I still have a point, simply because not only what I think, but I had to take a moment to look at the public and realize that it's not just really what I think. Y'all not saying it, but y'all are doing it. Basically, the reason why men get away with doing this, sleeping with multiple people, having multiple partners, and not really being judged for it, is because women don't judge men and hold them accountable for that, because they actually like to battle and go up against other women. So a lot of women, if you're not cheating on them, they'll consider your ass boring because you ain't giving them nothing to have no entertainment about. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that mentality, but that's the reason why men get away with it, as opposed to men look at like a woman is only valuable if she's submissive and she's mine. we don't naturally find value as men in anyone if multiple people can have them. So it's just the way that we're wired. So that's the first part. And then second, I noticed bottoms do the same thing. They never care about a man's body count or a top's body count. They let niggas hit like it's nothing. And I think that in our case, it's more so, well, with bottoms case, I feel like it's more so that they are insecure minded, meaning like, you know, they know that another bottom gonna give it up, so whatever. Or they don't have a high self-esteem. They don't really feel like what they're doing is worth anything. They feel like they are what they've been treated like, which is just a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lack of self-esteem, a lack of awareness, and a lack of, you know, caring about yourself and valuing yourself. That's what we deem it as. When we do it, the reason why we don't feel like that is because we don't feel connection to sex like that. We look at like we just getting our nut, like we just using the body part as a jack off tool. Like it's no different from a fleshlight, you know, like we don't get, like that's just not how dominant men connect, you know? So that's why we feel like we can do this and we can just do it like it's nothing. But let us try the bottom, and that's when we really get stern in this mindset, because it's like, hold up. I've been watching all this porn all this time on my life, and these niggas is just taking dick like it's nothing. And as soon as I went to go try it, that shit hurt like hell. To the point where now I know for a fact, if you just taking dick, like you are a hoe. Like you don't love yourself. Like there's no way in hell that you can be doing this shit for fun, bro. Like this shit is not that. Like, is this really, like, we don't have a connection to that. We don't understand being penetrated and enjoying that and doing that shit multiple times, and let alone with different people. If I ever was to even do that, that has to be something that is going to be, you know, like, I have to be valued. I have to be respected. I have to be treated right. I have to have a ring. I have to, like, it has to be permanent shit going on. Like, it has to be some real shit going on. Like, I can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? So, because that's a big sacrifice out of myself. So for you to be able to do that frivolously, it just, I can't understand and I can't respect that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's where we go at with that, but I went on a little bit on that, so let me continue.
I don't even want women who follow me on X to follow anybody else. Like, if she like my eggplant, I don't want to go to her page and I see she following other ninjas with their eggplant out. Like, I don't even.
Oh, and the last part, physically, y'all's hoes loosen up, our penises don't really change. So because of that, I feel like it's kind of God sent for y'all not to be giving it up like that, because if I could tell that you done been smashed a lot compared to a nigga who hasn't, that's an issue for you. You can't differentiate me and this other nigga based on our body counts. If a nigga's not getting hard and shit, that could be for numerous reasons. He could be nervous, he could have ED, like that doesn't necessarily mean because he's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all have no way of calculating our body count. So I feel like that's another thing. I just want to say that real quick, but let's go.
Red flag, I'm not talking to her. I don't even care if she don't do content. And that's how I'm, you know, just a little example on why I'm telling y'all how I'm delusional. And also, I know it's delusion, because most men will say they couldn't date a woman who does OnlyFans or Fansly or something like that. I can't say that because I do it. But I will say it depends on what type of content she is posting, because I don't want to be messing with anybody in an intimate way. And basically, I'm going to say I do what I want and she do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So if I want to...
Real quick, what he just said is also facts, because I was thinking about this and I was like, I know it's not a deal breaker for everybody that's a content creator, and I have mentioned that it depends on also the kind of content that they are creating. Example, if you're on there and you got all solo shit, you ain't never linked with nobody, it's all just showing you jacking off or you playing with a toy or something, a lot of guys could probably get past that a lot quicker than if they can actively watch you getting smashed. So that's one. Another thing, like in our case, like as a top. For example, there's this dude on OnlyFans or Twitter called Monkey Nuts. All right, I'm gonna just be 100. I smashed him back in Houston when I lived down there. He's supposed to be a top, but he did let me smash. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking to myself, that would be the only kind of person that I would give an exception to, simply because I have seen his videos and I never see him getting smashed. It's like if you're portraying something different and I'm getting exclusive access to something still, then I may still be able to fuck with you. You know? Like if you just on there smashing and busting down a whole bunch of bottoms and, you know, like it is what it is, but you're not never getting smashed, but you letting me smash, I might be able to let that one pass. So I feel like Play, you know, he definitely has his cakes, his peen all up all over the place, but I never seen him get smashed. So, you know, he probably, I don't think he like that. I don't think he want no dude that is dominant in a top. I think he like feminine trans and femboys. I don't think in women. I don't think he like masculinity. So I don't know if that's gonna work for him. But I'm just giving an example of how certain people will gauge it off of certain things. You feel me?
Knock down 10, 20, 30 other co-performers, I have the right to do that. But it's me being controlling and selfish because I don't even want to have a thought in my mind of another man taking over or dominating my bitch or my wife or my hoe. Because everything I just said intertwines in one, in my way of thinking, you know. I have respect, but I'm not finna go, nah, that it is what it is. I said what I said. And I know it's delusion. I know a lot of women that be like, bro, you sound crazy. I know niggas too like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I'm just sharing what's in a man's mind. I want to have my cake and eat it too. You know what I'm saying?
However, that part I will say that is stemming from a lack of emotional maturity in childhood. In childishness. I'm not gonna say that you're supposed to tolerate what you put out, but you shouldn't expect more. And you shouldn't. What I'm trying to say is you shouldn't expect to be treated like hubby on the flip side as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you don't have to accept another motherfucker like you, but you can't expect somebody who's not like you to accept you if you're not gonna accept somebody who's like you. Meaning you need to date another OnlyFans person. If you expecting like an average person who's got like dignity and like, you know, they're exclusive to you and all that, that might be a reach. I think that anything can happen under the sun, but that's the only part I'm gonna say that for me right now he's delusional about. So yeah, let's go.
Fuck 100 bitches and come back to my wife and everything be the same, you know? And I know that's very selfish and controlling.
Yeah, nah, bro, that ain't gonna work. Nah, if you think you're gonna be able to go ahead out here, see, I might have my mindset about bottom top shit, but one thing y'all gotta say about me though, I am willing to give what I'm asking for. I'm not out here trying to smash other people and then expecting my nigga, you know what I'm saying, to be loyal to me. Like, but see, this is where it gets sticky when it comes to the different sex, when it's women and men, because women can only get smashed. They don't have no way to penetrate nobody. So if a woman's involved with someone, they're automatically getting smashed. And I think that's another reason why I was like, all right, cool. I ain't tripping too much on having to end up with a woman, because you have to, like when I watch these straight dudes and my homies deal with like other baby daddies and shit, and I'm like, I don't have the patience for that shit. I'm not dealing with that. Like, I'm not dealing with that, bro. Like, everybody has to figure out who they are first and know yourself and what your real deal breakers and shit is before you get into this dating culture, because you really want to know who you are first, because it'll eliminate a lot of drama.
But I'll be lying to say that's not what I want. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that I want that or a man wants that every day of the week. But let's just be real. Men like, can't even say the word, variety. Like women.
All right, what that is, I know, I'm sorry, I'm pausing a lot, but I got a lot to say. No, that's where a lot of men got that shit fucked up. They think that it's in our DNA as men to want to sleep around with a bunch of different people because that's what we've been conditioned to think because all of our elders and shit did the same thing. But let me tell you what the truth is there because I realized it. It really is. We get used because it's normalized for men to be able to sleep around with multiple people. We get used to doing that shit from a young age and it creates an addiction. We think that it's just normal, but it's actually an addiction. We get used to doing something repetitively. Okay, once you do something repetitiously, it engraves a habit in your ways. So when you automatically finally meet this girl that you really love or this dude that you really love and he got everything that you ever wanted, he check all the boxes off your list. You will start feeling like something wrong with you because you still looking at other motherfuckers. And what you do is they dilute themselves and say, oh, that's because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to fight this. We know something ain't right, but a lot of men submit to go, oh, no, I'm a man. This is how I'm supposed to be. You know, I'm not supposed to be, monogamy and all that was forced on us. This ain't who we supposed to be. The truth is humans can do whatever we want to do. That's one of the gifts that we was given. We don't have an instinct when it comes to that. That's based on our lifestyle, how we was raised, and our habits. So like if you was touched and molested and shit, and then you got to mess around with a bunch of different people, well, you will be most likely a hoe because this is how, like, you were introduced to sex way young of an age before you could even really consent to it. And it's now engraved in you and shit. Like, so people think that this is just who they are, but really, no, you were actually conditioned to be this way, So, because I've met guys that have been virgins for up until they was like 18, 19, 20 or something. They don't be having to sleep around with a bunch of different people when they finally meet somebody that they like because they're actually not used to having that much sex. You know what I'm saying? Us in this community, we have so much sex and it's so free to us that we get lost in it and we don't realize that it creates things. We think that it just stops at that little moment because it doesn't really affect us. We don't think, but this is how it affects us. That's what I'm trying to say.
Men say they want to get trained or want to get ran through by other men, but deep down, they don't. They would rather get ran through by that one man in the air, on the couch, in the bed, on the airplane. They'd rather get all that from one man. Men, or me, this man is not the same. And I know it's delusion, and I know I sound crazy even saying that. Like, how you a gay homemade porn star, but you want a wife who not gonna look at you like the world does. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because how the world views me, they might view me now as a freakily or, horny timing. But I genuinely feel like it's really based off not just how much money you got, but your level of success. I feel like once I reach a certain level of success, then the world will look at it like, oh, that was just his side hustle. That was just his side business. Oh, he just a freak elite and he just monetized it.
Nah, so what happens there is, bro, if you are able to bag a woman or anybody after doing this, just because you got successful at it, because you got money, then that means that they're using you for your money. So I think a lot of men don't know how to differentiate. Like they always say like, oh, I just need to get, like they think that, oh, these girls don't like me because I ain't got no money. I ain't got my shit together. I just need to get my bag up. I just need to hustle. I just need to grind. I just need to do this. I need to do that. Not realizing that if a woman, if anybody really fuck with you, they gonna mess with you at your lowest. Like that's why them Pookies and Tyrones, like they be getting hella women because the women want them. It's not about what you have. For real, for real. Now, a woman with common sense and all that, she's gonna value a man who has things going for herself. But I'm trying to tell you, a woman will take a nigga out of nothing and build him up if she really like him. If you have to have money and success to pull somebody, they don't fuck with you like that. You don't want that. I don't understand why men think because when I was broke, I wasn't getting no girls. Now I got money. Now I'm on the top. No, nigga, you're a lame with money. If you wasn't getting girls when you was broke, no girls really like you. They're using you. Girls still fuck with me. Girls have always messed with me. I can't go nowhere. Girls staring at me giving me propositions to have a baby with them, all that shit. Knowing my sexuality, and I'm watching my straight homies get ignored and passed on. Cause women are not what a lot of niggas think. You know what I'm saying? They don't think the way a lot of niggas think. So I feel like, bro is having like insecurity a little bit right here. But he needs to know that he's that nigga anyway, for him being able to be who he is and be honest about who he is. There's not a lot of real niggas out here. So it's not about your money, bro. If a bitch can't see that you are worthy now, then you don't want her, period.
But when they don't see you successful, they think that's all you have to offer is being a freak elite. And I feel the same way with women who see me or might be attracted to me but not shooting a shot, is because they feel like that's all I have to offer. And that's cool and all. But just down the line, don't think you could circle back at the finish line and be like, hey, I liked you all the time. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. I'm just being 100. And I just wanted to let y'all know how I'm delusional. I'm delusional, bro. Because I'm pretty sure no woman, especially in 2025, going into 2026, want to deal with no open-minded bisexual man. And if she does, it's because that's her preference. But most women, the average straight woman, is not choosing to deal with a man like me unless he's at a certain stature of success. Then,
which means she don't want one like you. Don't fuck with her. That's how it should be. Oh, you can't fuck with a nigga like me that's real, when all these niggas that you fucking with, half of them is getting fucked and shit. At least I'm telling you what the truth is. I'm still a dominant masculine male. Don't get it twisted. Like, you gotta stand on your man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you bro, the money is not getting ready to bring you what you think. I'm trying to tell you. Like,
she don't care. Then she throwing it out the window. Is it right? Hell no. Is that a part of the game? Hell yeah. So it's like, for me personally, I just have to pick my battles, because down the line, it's gonna be motherfuckers who gonna say, oh, I've been watching you from the start. And it's just, I have to deal with, excuse me, I have to deal with how people view me, because I put that image out there, straight up. And it goes back to me being delusional, because I put a certain image out there to the world, and I still be expecting the world to treat me like, an average, average 25, 26-year-old, But that's not the case. Comment down below if y'all feel what I'm saying in this video. I'm just letting it be known. I'm crazy, I'm delusional, I'm all that. I'm selfish, yes. I'm controlling, yes. I want to have my cake and eat it too. I want a motherfucker who is exclusive, untouchable, but only for me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's a lot of men. Like, we want to knock down 1,000,000 hoes, but the finest bitch out of all of them will always be the woman who is just untouchable and just different. But in 2025, it'll have you feeling like none of these bras is different. All these women are hoes. None of these women have over 2 bodies. It'll have you feeling like that. And I'm just be real. That's how I be feeling. But y'all comment down below what y'all think about this video. I was just chatting.
Yeah, see, I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, there's way more virgin dudes out here than there is virgin women, simply because the moral system and how men have been taught, like, that's something that you're not supposed to give up as a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? So there's way more virgin men than there is, women. I'm not doing it, bro. I don't know how these niggas do it, but hey, do what they gotta do. If I ever was to mess with a female again, like straight up, like she can't have no kids or nothing. That's the type of nigga I am. I'm just being 100. But yeah, anyway, this is what I'm gonna have to say about this at the end of the day. Look, anybody who gets into this lifestyle, OnlyFans, Twitter, where you're doing something where you're selling yourself sexually, you are going to have a hard time because at that moment you will turn off the majority of people who are well-rounded and got some sense. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it 100. The best quality of people. You'll still pull people, but 9 times out of 10, them people that you pull, you ain't going to want. Because think about it. For somebody to want to choose out of the billions of people to be with, this one person to be with for a long time or use a good chunk of your life with, for a person to decide that they want to choose somebody who everybody has seen and, you know, not really low key or nothing, or not really could be exclusive, or these people basically have to be wanting to get a one up on you. They need to use you for something, for money, clout, or something. 1. 2, they would be simp minded, meaning that they'll probably be desperate. So they're only dealing with you because they feel like they have no other options, which is going to turn you off. You know what I'm saying? People with bad motives and bad agendas. That's the only 3 kind of people I can come up with that's going to actually go for that. You know what I'm saying? I would say, I think this is a good example to show how not caring about what people think is good to a certain extent, because I feel like he's given himself a disservice by thinking selfishly about what he wants and what he thinks. It's not anything about what they think and what they want. What he did consider it, but he's thinking it's just about his sexuality and, you know, him doing OnlyFans. But a lot of them need to realize is that for us real ones, we're also looking deeper than that. We can look at you and tell that for you to have taken this route, when you have all these other options, there's so many other things that you can do in life. For you to have taken this route, it really speaks of a bad character flaws, because it's like either you wasn't raised right, nobody really raised you, like you was just kind of, you know, birthed and, you know, you just grew, you know, like nobody really raised you, 1, which is going to be a connection to other issues. 2, basically what I'm saying is we gauge that it's a high risk, not only because of the image and you got your butthole and your penis and everything all out. It's also about what's actually wrong with this person to cause them to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all also need to understand people look deeper. And we know that if we never wanted to do this, or if whenever we thought about doing this, we thought about this and that and this and that, and it prevented us from doing it, and we had other things going, it makes us question, well, why did you do this, 1? And then 2, it makes it like you're typical trying to get rich quick. You ain't got patience. You don't like really know what you're doing, know yourself, like you lost. Like, it just gives a lot of different shit. You know, it connects to different things. It doesn't just stop at I'm doing content on OnlyFans. So I think a lot of y'all need to also realize that as well, that it's kind of like you're showing your red flag, you know, instead of a lot of people is out here, they got it real polished up, narcissists, you know, they can love bomb the fuck out of you for a minute, but get you here in a minute. But with y'all, it's like y'all just got y'all's red flag waving it. So people just gonna just, you know, keep it moving because you already showing them what it is. So that's why it's gonna be way more prevalent. I think he gonna figure it out, bro. You ain't nothing but 26 years old. Like, you about 5 years younger than me. Like, you got this. Like, you already on here doing this. You can still make this something. You still got a lot of time. Like, it's definitely far from over for you. So, you know, keep your head up, keep going. I don't see you having a hard time as you think. I think you just gotta get your confidence in the right aura. You gotta get your aura up and your confidence up a bit. And you'll get that as time goes on. You know, when we that age, we all confused and we all going through through a lot mentally trying to figure out this world that we live in. You still young, bro. So, hey, you got it. If anybody's thinking about doing OnlyFans or anything porn-wise, or corn-wise, I should say, what you want to think about before you do that this is like a decision like getting a tattoo. Or actually, better yet, this is a decision like being gay or straight. You know what I'm saying? That's a crossroad. That's a point where you're right here and you are deciding, am I going here or am I going there? You do not get to mix the two. And I feel like a lot of people try to mix the two, and that's where they mess up. Not saying bisexuality is mixing the two. Bisexuality is going this way by accepting it. And if you don't want to accept it, you're going this way. That's what a lot of DL niggas, that's what a DL nigga is. You know what I'm saying? So it's still, you're choosing a crossroad. So if you are choosing to be a part of sex work, you need to look at it like, okay, I'm going here. That means I'm gonna have to cut off my expectations of finding a long-lasting, healthy partner for a relationship. I may just have to deal with like some type of, you know, poly situation, or, you know, be single, etc. You're gonna have to do an alternative route for the most part. All right, because like I said, most of the people that will deal with y'all not gonna want. You know, so that's what the most part is gonna come out of that. No, I'm not doing porn. Okay, cool. I can still expect for someone of quality to gravitate towards me. That's all that it means. It doesn't mean that you're gonna guarantee to meet someone and find a partner and live off heavy, like, you know, happily ever after. But you're most likely going to, or you have a higher chance to, if you go that route. So don't mix the two. Don't be thinking, don't go this way and then have this mindset. You will be depressed. You will be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So keep it real with yourself, bro. You know, keep it real with yourselves. If y'all know that y'all like to be, y'all freaked out, y'all done, you know, gotten used to having sex so much, don't be one of them niggas trying to act like Raheem, Shabazz and shit. Oh, I'm about to get in a relationship with niggas and lead them on for years, and I know damn well this is not this is not me. Like, be yourself, live your truth in all ways, not just with our known sexualities, but in your moral system, bro. Like, it makes no point for you to waste your own time as well dealing with other people, leading them on, and you not really like trying to be faithful to nobody. Like, you cannot expect somebody to sit there and allow you to cheat on them. Like, if you want something, you have to be willing to give it. If you want sacrifices, you got to be willing to sacrifice and shit. You cannot be expecting to get your way and have your cake and eat it too, which you are at the age where people will want to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're young as fuck. You shouldn't even be worried about no relationship right now. I'm going to tell you right now, don't even be worried about no, I wouldn't worry about no relationship at this age. All these stories I'm able to tell you, the reason why I'm at this point where I know I want to get married and all that, and I know I want to be a one-man man, is because I have had my fucking fun, y'all. I have lived my, I don't think I could do much more. You know what I'm saying? 100. Be that guy. Exert yourself as you're single. Don't waste people's time breaking people's hearts and shit. Get yours off while you single and shit, and you will get tired of that shit anyway. And then you will realize that this shit is not what it's cracked up to be, and you will be ready to give somebody what you're wanting back. So it's just a journey, bro. It's just a journey. Don't even trip. It's all good. But yeah, make sure that what you're expecting aligns with what you're giving. Don't think like this, bro. This is gonna set you up for failure. All right. Get in alignment with yourself. That's my best advice, all right? So yeah, y'all, let me know what y'all think about this one. Hit them comments up, like this video. Y'all already know what's up. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.